Hello everyone. So in this video we will see how we can print this pattern and how we can write the C program for it. So let's understand the question and understand the logic. Okay. So let's see. The question says if we give the number of rows as 4, let's say, okay, then 4 rows should be printed. And if we give same number of rows as 5, then 5 rows should be printed of the pattern. So now how the pattern will look like. So if number of rows are 4, 4 rows are there, right? Okay. The starting of each row, it will be done by A only. Okay, the character A. Here also, even if the number of rows are 5, okay, then the starting of each row is done by A only. Okay. Now, let's say there are 4 rows. Okay. Now in the 4 rows, how many characters are getting printed? This is the other thing that we have to see in the pattern question. So in the first row, 1 character. Second row, 2 characters, A and B. In the third row, 3 characters, A, B, and C. And fourth row is having 4 characters. And same apply for the another input, like number of rows are 5, then also the same pattern should be followed. Okay. Now here you can see the in English we have like A, then B, then C, then D, right? So here you can see, let's say we have the third row, then the characters are in sequence. Okay, after A, B is there, then C is there. Okay, so they are like in increasing order. For example, A is like, let's say if we consider A as 1, B as 2, C as 3, then it is like 1, 2, 3. Okay, they are in the increasing order. Okay, you can say it is not like here something mm, instead of A, let's say here it is like D. Okay, then it is not like D, then C, then B. This type of format is not there. Like characters are not in the decreasing order. Okay, they are in the increasing order. Okay. So I think you can relate this question with the some of the previous question also. Okay, we'll see. So these are some of the patterns that we have seen in our previous video. You can find the C program and the logic for all these questions in the playlist practice programs in C language. You can find the link of that playlist in the video description below. Okay. So we'll see that we can understand our current pattern question with the help of this pattern. Okay, because our current pattern looks like similar to this pattern. Okay, so let's see. So this was the C program for this pattern. Okay, so I'm not going into the detail that how we can print this pattern, because this is already explained in the previous video. We will concentrate now on this pattern. We'll see how this pattern is related to this pattern and how we can take the help of this pattern also. Okay, and what modification we have to do to print this pattern. We'll see 2 methods to print this pattern. Basically, one is the without using the ASCII values concept, and one is like with using the ASCII values. Okay, now first let's see how we can print without using any concept of the ASCII values. Okay, with just basic idea that we have to print this ABCD, then how we can modify this code to get our this current pattern. So here in this pattern, for which this was the code, we saw that this was the outer for loop to account for the number of rows. Okay, this I is keeping track of the current row, row number 1, row number 2, and so on, right? And for each row, this inner for loop is printing the particular row. Okay, particular ith row. Okay, so for I equal to 1, this will run for j equal to 1 to j less than equal to 1, right? 1 time. For j I equal to 2, this will run 2 times, and it will print 1 2, right? Same way it will run for I equal to 3 times inner for loop, right? Okay. Now the thing is, like, for example, we are in the I equal to 3 third row, right? We will come here and I will be placed here 3, so j will run from 1 to 3. So this will be like j equal to 1, here j equal to 2, and here j equal to 3, and same j values we are using to print this 1 2 3, right? Now here we do not have to print the basically the ASCII values. Oh sorry, we do not have to print the digits. We have to print the characters, right? Okay, A B A B C D. Okay, now we already know that the characters, when we want to print, okay, or we want to write in a C program, let's say any character constant, we use single double quotes. Okay. Okay, now this much knowledge is sufficient for at least for this question. Okay, now here you can see we do not have to modify the outer for loop. Why? Because we have to print the 4 rows. Okay, if number of rows are 4. Okay, so the outer for loop will remain same. Now basically we have to change the inner for loop, because inner for loop is responsible to print the actual characters, right? Now instead of the digits we have to print the characters. Okay, so now we have to see how we can print the characters. Basically here I will use another variable, a character variable. Okay, a character variable, let's say char of char type. Okay, so this character variable, let's say I will take ch is some variable, okay, of type character, that I will use to print this ab and abc. Okay, that means the characters will be printed using this ch variable. Okay, and this I and j, they will be used for the iteration counters variable. Okay, so I have to change something here and I will add something here. Okay, so what I will do is, for each row I will come here. Okay, I will come to this inner for loop. Before this, what I will do, see here, in each row the starting is done by a, right? So what I will do, I will come inside for, let's say, I equal to 1, and I will say I am initializing a variable with the starting value as a character variable a, right? Okay, so I will just say ch is a variable having a, right? Now I will come here and I will say print the row. Okay, print this row. Okay. So I will say j equal to 1, j less than equal to I is 1. That means this loop will run how many times? One time. And for I equal to 1, we have to run one time. Okay, we'll come inside. Now we have to print this a, right? Now a is not an integer some integer. It is not like 1, 2, 3, some digit or some number. It is like a character. So I can't use this percentile d. Okay, I will use percentile c. Okay, so one difference is this. Okay, percentile c. But what should be the value here? Okay, this is just format to specify a character, but here something should be put, right? Now I can't just put j, right? Because in that sense it will be like j is 1 and I have used c, then something else will be printed. Okay, this, I think if you have some idea about the ASCII value, you will be knowing that for if 1 is there and then we are using the percentile c, some character will be printed corresponding to this decimal value 1. Okay, so we do not want that thing. Okay, we want basically here a. So what we will do here, I will say this ch is holding this a variable, right? A character constant a. I can simply say print ch. Okay, print ch. So this a will be printed. Okay, so this is done. Now change the new line, because next time this loop will not run. Why? Because j plus plus j will be 2 and then this loop will be false. Now for next I equal to 2, we will come here, but when we will be coming here again, this line will be executed and this line is saying again this character ch variable will be initialized with a. Okay, a, that is fine. Now we will come here and now this loop will run how many times? Because I value is 2, so this will run 2 times. This will run 2 times. Okay, so for the j equal to 1, for the first time it will print ch, that is a, so this will be printed, right? Next, for next value of j, we will come here. Now what we want, if we print just ch, then what will happen? This a will be printed, then again here b will not be printed, a will be printed. That means previously we got a here, now again a will be printed, but we want b, right? So what we will do, in this inner for loop, after printing the value of ch, okay, we will basically increment this ch also. Okay, we will update this. That means this line will remain same, this line will remain same, and here after this, okay, so here you can see for loop, then we have printf, this line, okay, which is printing the value of this ch. Now after this we have to do ch plus plus. Now how this will help? So basically, if you see, let's say we are in the I equal to 2. Okay, so when we will come for I equal to 2, we will say ch equal to a. Okay, a. Now this will run how many times? 2 times, because I is 2. Okay, 2 times. Now we are here. Okay, so for the first time this will print ch, that is a. Okay, so this is printed, right? This is printed. Now next time we want B. So what we will do, before going up in this for loop, we will say CH plus plus. Now this CH plus plus is doing what? It is updating the value of CH. That means this. So you can say CH plus plus is CH equal to CH plus 1, right? So that means A plus 1. So I will tell you this just the SKI value thing in the just next part of this video. But A plus 1 means next character after A. So next character after A is B. That means B. So this CH plus plus is updating the value of CH by 1. That is B. So now next time when we will come here, that is J plus plus. Okay, next iteration. Okay, 2 is less than equal to 2. Okay, for this place I am saying, and now we will say CH. CH is B. So now my updated character is B. So B will be printed. Now next time CS plus plus. So it will be like currently it is B. So B plus 1, that is C. Next character would be C. So it will be updated with C. But next time this loop will not run. So this loop will be false and will come to this change line. That is print change line will come here. Right? So next time same thing. It will run for I equal to 3. Again, we want the starting of this row from A, right? That's why we are doing this initialization here. Why? Because for each row, we want the starting to be done from A only. And after that, we will be like A, B, C. We will be updating here only in this inner for loop. But starting should be done here. So that's why I have done this initialization here only, before this inner for loop and after this outer for loop. Okay, this is important. Now when we come here again, okay, for I equal to 3, okay, we'll come here, this loop will run for 3 times, and same way this will be done, right? Again, this previous thing was updated by A this time. Now here first time A will be printed, then next time what will be done, because we will be doing CS plus plus every time. Okay, so after printing A, after printing this A, we will be updating this B. Okay, next time, now for next iteration we will be printing here this B value. Okay, then we will be doing CS plus plus, that is C. Next time we will printing CS, that is CS contains now C, so C will be printed, and so on. This will be done. Then same way it will be running for I equal to 4. Okay, so the idea was we have to print the CS variable. We have to initialize it before coming to the inner for loop. Why? Because each row is started from A. And why we are reinitializing it by A here? Because this inner for loop is going to change the value of CS, right? So before coming to, let's say, this row, okay, in this row last time the value of CS was C. So before coming here I have to change this CS, right? So I'm just updating the value of CS here, right? Again with A, reinitializing with A. Okay, so and next thing is you have to do CS plus plus in this, so that A, B, C in a particular row can be printed. Okay, so I hope you have got the idea. You can run this program in the VS Code. This is our program, okay, that we have just discussed. Okay, so let's run this program. If we enter 4, see the pattern is printed, and if we enter 5, the pattern is printed. Okay, now let's see the another approach. The another approach, that is using the SKI value concept. Although we have discussed this SKI value thing in my one of 5 previous video in the C programming playlist. Okay, so you can go through that video and you can better understand what is the SKI value and what does it mean and how we can use in a C program. Okay, so just for the recap, SKI values are like for each character, for like characters or some special characters, okay, digits, punctuation marks and other symbol, we have some integer values associated with them. So those integer values are called as ASCII values. Okay, so here you can see if we have like character A, B, C, D, okay, this capital A, B, C, D, okay, then we have some integer values like decimal value related. For capital A we have 65, for capital B 66, then capital C 67 and so on. Okay, same way if we have small a, then we have different ASCII value like 97, small b 98 and so on. Okay, so we can use this ASCII value 65, 66, 67 of these A, B, C, D, and we can see that how these values can be helpful to write our program. Okay, so this is our question that we are seeing in this video. So I have just written this using the ASCII value. Okay, so basically I have replaced each character with the ASCII value: a b 65, a b 65 66, okay, a b c 65 66 67, and so on. Okay, and this is just the snippet. Okay, now here we have to see what we will write here. Okay, now I have not changed anything. Okay, in this second approach I have not changed anything like outer for loop, inner for loop. Okay, they are same here also. Okay, now we have to see what we can change here. Okay, so again same thing, when we are coming I equal to 1, okay, we will come here. Okay, j equal to 1, okay, this will run one time. Okay, but let's see, I am just concentrating for I equal to 2. Okay, this will give us some bigger overview. Let's say we are coming for I equal to 2, this will run for 2 times. Okay, now we have to print this AB. Okay, now internally compiler actually assumes or interpret this character AB with their ASCII values. Okay, so this concept we will be using. So what we can do here, finally we have to print percentile C, that is characters, right? Now you know that if I do this thing, for example here 65 is there, okay, and we using percentile D, then 65 will be printed. But if I use here percentile C, then ASCII character, basically the character corresponding to this integer value, it will be printed. So it is like for 65 character is A, so A will be printed. Okay, now same way, instead of this, here we have character constant A, that is this, and I use percentile D, then 65, that is ASCII value of A will be printed. And if I use this character and percentile C, then simple this character will be printed. Okay, this we have already explained in our previous videos of the C programming basics. Okay, you can check there. Now here C is there, that is okay, because we have to print A, B, C finally. We do not have to print the 65, 66. But here I'm here, right? Now if I write A, because starting is done by A only, okay, A plus what should I add in this, okay, so that I can get A for j equal to 1. For j equal to 2 I should get this B, j equal to 1, and for j equal to 2 I should get this thing. For j equal to 1 I'm saying A plus what should I add here, okay, so I will write A plus j minus 1. Okay, so let's see how this works. So for the j equal to 1, okay, I'm saying for I equal to 2, okay, and j equal to 1, A should be printed first. So I will come here, okay, A plus, now this is telling me something like how many steps I have to go ahead. Okay, so currently j is 1, so A plus 1. Okay, now you have to understand that A plus 1 means the next character basically after A, or you can say A means it will replace it with ASCII value. Okay, whenever we are doing arithmetic on the characters, we are basically doing the arithmetic on their ASCII values. Okay, this you should know. Okay, so 65 plus 1, 66, right? 66. If I just write A plus J, 66, and I use percentile C, then what will be printed? The character corresponding to 66, which is B. So basically, what will happen for j equal to 1, that is for this place, B will be printed. But I do not want that thing. So I just did intentionally subtraction of minus 1. So this will be like 65 plus j is 1 minus 1. So 65 plus 1, 66, minus 1, again 65. So 65, that is percentile C, A will be printed. Right? Now next time for j equal to 2, here it will be 65, that is character 2 minus 1. So 65 plus 2 minus 1 is 1, that is 66. So B will be printed because I am using percentile. So this way A, B was getting printed. Now next time this loop is false, and next time for I equal to 3, again j equal to 1, 2, 3, same calculation will happen, and then A, B, C will be printed. This you can run I think by yourself. Okay, so the basic idea was this statement is important. Okay, here the arithmetic purpose, for arithmetic purpose, A will be replaced by ASCII value, then our ASCII value will be calculated or decimal value will be calculated, then whatever the character corresponding to that correct ASCII value will be there, that character will be printed. Okay, how this formula came basically, again, if you have seen my previous video, it is very easy. Okay, basically I want that my starting is A plus how many more characters or how many more steps away I have to go. So let's say I am here, okay, I equal to 3. So I want that here this j is saying ki, okay, here j is 1. Okay, so I'm taking the help of this. So I'm saying ki, okay, I want one step ahead. Here I want two step ahead from this. This is my base point, and I'm saying j. So I want one step, two step ahead, or how much time, right? And this -1 is why I'm doing, because like without this my answer is not coming correct. It is coming one more, so that's why I'm doing -1. Okay. So this is just the aptitude thing. Okay, so again you can run this program in your VS Code and you will see that this runs very well. Okay, now let's see the another approach. Now this is the another approach. Okay, now this type of approach we have seen in a previous video in one of my question. Okay, so it is also related to same of this the previous approach, that is this approach. So basically here what I have done is I have changed here in the inner for loop, here this thing only, that is this condition only. Here I have kept this as like j only. Okay, so again how this will work, for example I am, let's say here, okay, I equal to 2. Okay, now this will be place of j equal to 1, this will be place of j equal to, correct? Okay, earlier it was like that. Okay, now I am assuming it in some different way. Okay, I am assuming it as not as j equal to 1. I am saying ki j equal to like 65. It will be like j equal to 65. It will be like j equal to 66. Okay, okay, so let's see. I am assuming I equal to 2. I am in the second row. Okay, now come here. Okay, so I am saying what is the starting point? J equal to a, that is this 65. Okay, j equal to 65, which is a, correct? Now here I am doing j plus plus, that is 65, 66, 67. This can go on, correct? So that means this j can help me to print this a, b, c, d, because j is holding 65. Okay, and by just using percentile c, I can just manipulate it and I can print a, b, c. Okay, so because j is holding 65, 66, 66, I can just print j, right? Okay, so for the first time j equal to a, let's say this condition is something is there and it is true, then 65 will be printed. Then this j plus plus, it will do 66. And now I will come here. Now what it will do, it will check this condition, and then let's say this is true, then 66 will be printed, and then accordingly it should go on. Now how we are writing this condition, again it is very simple. See, if this is 65, okay, so we want 66, right? That is how many more steps ahead of 65 I want to go. See, I want one more step after 65 that I want to go. Here after 65 I want two more things to be printed. Here after 65 I want three things to be more printed. So that is the more, how much more things I want to be printed, which is controlled by this I. Okay, so for I equal to 2, I am saying, because this will remain constant, this is not dependent on j. Okay, so what will happen, this is like for I equal to 2, 65 plus 2 minus 1. I want two things to be printed, 65, 66. Okay, but see, basically after 65 I want one more steps to go ahead, so I use this I, but I want to subtract 1 so that I can get 1 here. 65 plus 1, only one step, simple. Okay, same way, if I am here, then 65 plus, this is for I equal to 3, plus 3. Okay, after 65 I want two step, but here I is 3, so I will say just -1, so that 65 plus two more step I want to go. So 65 plus 2 is 67. So for I equal to 3, here it will be like 67. You can just take like this, and just j equal to a is like 65. So for I equal to 3, it will be running how many times? 65, 66, 67, 3 times. And j will be holding 65, 66 and 67. So that j will be printed. Okay, I know that this may be confusing in the first time, but if you practice it, it will be very easy to understand. It is just a basic aptitude. Okay, there is no hard and fast thing that you will not be able to understand. Okay, so again, just one more time, this is the starting point. Okay, limit is saying how much more ahead you want to go. Okay, 65 plus I minus 1. Okay, I minus 1 is saying, okay, I am 65, I want 2 more steps, so I is 3, 3 minus 1, 2. Okay, and it will remain constant for all j. Okay, j is holding 65, 66, 67. The same j I want to print, okay, using the percentile g, so that these things can be printed. Okay, there can be many more ways to print. Okay, but the idea will remain same. You have to use the concept of the SKI value somewhere or the other way. Okay, we can just see this question in the VS Code. So this was the code that we just saw. Okay, so if I compile and if I run for 4, we got this. Okay, and if we give 5, we got this. Okay, and this was the another code that we just saw also. Okay, you can find the link of this code in the video description below, and you can run this code. Okay, so if you have any question, comment, suggestion, please write down to the comment box. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.